My name is Joseph Coleman. I'm an animator for Cuphead, for Studio MDHR.
So is this one of the first games that people of Cuphead have made?
This is the very first game.
The very first.
This is a very new experience for all of us. Being a part of this team, there's a lot of steps here and there that became a great, valuable learning experience for us. So we just are very fortunate to have a lot of people respond so well to the game, especially since it's our first game. And we're trying to make sure that the first impression that you have of us as a studio and our product is the best experience.
So what made you choose this old cartoony art style, which, by the way, I love. It's so great. I've not seen any other games like it.
Well, it's just having a love for traditional animation. Like me personally, we're in the age of 3D animation, but I've grown up on traditional animation. The classic Disney cartoons, the old cartoons from like the 20s and 30s and 40s, even going all the way back to the McKay era of animation, where he did like Nemo, Little Nemo. So I mean, just the fact that despite having a lack of technology, they was able to capture the spirit of human life and just everything around us in just pencil and paper. So I was more interested in that, and the fact that cartoons back in the 20s and 30s, they were imperfect. But because of those limitations, they was able to go wild with their imagination and actually be flexible with what they did with the character design. So that was like a huge selling point for us.
So what is your process in animating for this game?
Well, Chad and Jared Modenhauer is our director, and they've been very great about giving us creative freedom. So they come to us with a basic idea for a level, and they give us like a little stick figure drawing of what they have in mind, and they just tell us to go wild. Just do whatever you want. We still have boundaries, of course, but they do not limit our imagination. So we give them like a bunch of character designs that we do, and if they like it, they use it. So it's been a very, very great and, I say, creatively freeing experience.
So is everything in this game hand-drawn?
Everything. Every single thing. The effects, the character animation, everything is hand-drawn. And the backgrounds are all watercolored.
Wow.
We have one young lady named Caitlin Russell. She does the watercolor backgrounds for Cuphead, and she has done a very amazing job. And the other animators on the team as well has done a great job. So it's 5 other animators. It's Hannah Abihana, Tina Naraki, Jake Clark, Tom Smoleski, and me as well. So we're all doing like very, very great stuff that you guys haven't seen yet.
So how big of a team is it entirely?
Between 15 to 16, as far as I can recall. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a pretty small team, so it's very impressive to see how much work has gone into this. It's beautiful.
It's all about the passion. Like, we love what we're doing. We love getting together, and basically coming up with different ideas for, how can we make this game as fun and as wacky as possible. And because we're all students of the traditional style of animation, it makes it that much more easy and much more fun to actually, to do so.
Yeah. So I played the demo just a little bit ago, and I survived maybe about 10 seconds. Yeah. So what made you guys decide to make this challenging game?
Well, the directors, they grew up in the 80s. So they grew up in a time where games were unforgivingly hard. I grew up in the 90s, so I grew up with those types of games as well. So games like Contra, Hardcore, Ninja Gaiden, those types of games, where one hit kill, blowbacks and you're dead, stuff like that. So they wanted to create a love letter for their 2 childhood passions, which was those old school NES video games and 1920s cartoons. So they've been working on this for many, many years. Before the game was even announced, they've been coming up with different ideas. Creating a game was their childhood, dream. So they put everything on the line. They sacrificed everything to make their dream come true. And from what I can tell, it's working out. So
yeah,
thankfully.
Yeah, I'm so proud of you guys, and I really appreciate you allowing me to interview.
I mean, like I said, I'm very just humbled the fact that, you know, you guys are interested in the game. And I know a lot of people are like chomping at the bit, trying to figure out what the release date is. But it's coming out in 2016. And the reason why we haven't given a specific date yet is because we're trying to make sure that it's as stable as possible, as complete as possible.
Yeah.
We don't want to give you guys a date and we rush it out and it's broken or it's incomplete. So we're doing it for you guys, and we appreciate you guys' patience, man, because like I said, we understand how you guys want it, you know, but it's coming out this year, so it's going to be fully available to play very, very soon.
Well, I really respect that you guys don't show a release date, because I would love to play this game as soon as possible, but I'm totally willing to wait for it if it's going to be that great of an experience.
And let's say there's a lot that we haven't shown yet. Like right now we have over 20 individual bosses, and that's not even including the transformations that some of them do. You know, but I can't really talk about those yet because we haven't shown them, but I think we've only released maybe 6 or 7 bosses so far, so we have a whole lot more left to show.
Well, awesome. I really appreciate the interview, and I hope you have a great E3.
Thank you.